All right, welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. Man, I'm over the moon excited about our next guest. He's got a big event happening on Friday. Let's bring in Curb Records recording artist Tim Duggar. Tim, good morning, buddy.
Good morning, man. Thanks for having me.
I am so excited. First of all, you're so well known in the NASCAR circuit. I mean, you sell out shows on the road and everything, but I think people know you better as My Neighbor. Is that true?
I think so. I think you're right.
Oh, man, it's so good to see you. All right, let's talk about what's happening Friday night. You make your debut on the Grand Ole Opry. Has this sunken in yet?
Man, I always look at it, a show's a show, but this is not like that. This is definitely I was just trying to, it's hard to put in the words, and then you got all the, you got so many people that said the same thing over and over because it does mean so much to so many people. But yeah, it's really special. I dreamed of playing the Opry since I knew what the Grand Ole Opry was. So very excited to be there, and excited for my mom and dad to be there because they believed in me since I was a little kid. And so yeah, it's very, very exciting. It's going to be cool to get to stand in that circle and sing country music.
And you're on the same show with Ricky Skaggs. I mean, I love Ricky Skaggs, and it's so cool, Tim, to pull up the Grand Ole Opry website, and there you are, man.
Yeah, it's Ricky Skaggs is what my dad was an old truck driver, so that's how I got into country music. He had all these old cassette tapes laying around, and Highway 40 Blues and Uncle Pen, and Country Boy, all those Ricky Skaggs songs. Was in those cassettes. So it's going to be cool to be there. And Shenandoah, love Shenandoah. So yeah, it's going to be a fun night. I'm really excited. I got a lot of friends coming into town, and it's going to be really, really a good time. And I'm trying to take it easy because NASCAR's in town this week too. So I'm trying to ride the brake as much as possible, and, not overdo it. So that's the biggest thing right now, is just not overdoing it with those guys.
And I think the world of you. I think you're so talented, and to see your bio on the Opry website, we've got it up on the screen for you right now. Now, like, your love for NASCAR, you started playing the NASCAR circuit, and then boom. And I don't know, it's not overnight, but it seems to us, looking outward into this, that overnight you just became this big success with the NASCAR world. Man, how did this all start?
So I grew up about an hour from Talladega, Alabama. It's called Roanoke, and grew up a race fan. And I started out singing in church like so many do, and had a little gospel band, and did that till I was probably 13 or 14. And then I'd always loved country music and knew that was where I kind of wanted to head. And so I got a little band, started playing little bars. And I mean, at that point you playing bars, birthdays, funerals, divorces, weddings, whatever you can play. And I always, to me, like, it's all, NASCAR language and Dale Earnhardt, Harley Davidson. There's just certain little key words that work their way into country songs, and me being, from Alabama, and what I loved. So after a race one day, went to Talladega race and was in a restaurant, and after the race, this guy came in decked out in RCR, Richard Childress Racing stuff. We got to chatting. A friend of mine's like, "Hey, my buddy sings. You should check him out." And gave him a CD. And 2 weeks later, I was having lunch with Richard Childress, a big hero of mine, and grew up a big fan of his. And he really liked my music and made some calls, and got me booked at a couple tracks, and that kind of snowballed. And I was playing in Daytona for the Daytona 500. I was playing in the fan zone, and that's when I met Mike Curb, and ended up giving him a CD. And it was so Mike Curb kind of really, really helped with Ronald Reagan's campaign, and he was the lieutenant governor of California. And so it was the Ronald Reagan centennial year. That year I met him, and he's like, "Hey, will you come out and play the Ronald Reagan Library for this event?" I'm like, "Sure." I think it probably was my second time to California, maybe my first. Flew out there and played that. And, I told you before we started, I was supposed to play 3 songs, and I'm like, okay, these are my 3 bullets. I'm going to try to sing these songs of mine and really nail this and hopefully impress him. And about 5 minutes before the event starts, they asked me to sing the national anthem. And by the 3rd line, by Can You See, I was like, well, I got a free trip to California. I'm going to go back to playing the Irish Bread Pub Friday night. But it really worked out. And it's music business has changed so much over the last couple of years. And then felt like we had the wheels turning and COVID happened. But it's been really nice the last year, all I did was write. Didn't really have to focus on playing shows and stuff. And that was the first time since I was a little kid that I hadn't played, somewhere every week. And so we got some new music coming out next year, here in a couple months. So really excited. It almost kind of feels like it's a really awesome way to start next year is to play the Opry. And it's really really, really special, man. I've seen so many people talk about how much it means to them, and you can't really put into words. There's no words I can say. To me, if country music was a mountain, the Grand Ole Opry sitting on top of it. So yeah, it's going to be really cool.
Well, again, I know you well, and the fact that you kept at this, doing this, a lot of people pursue their dreams and never take the first step, and you've never stopped walking, man. I think that's fantastic. All right, so we're going to pivot for just a second. We're going to run the video that you did, Christmas in Dixie. And look, Alabama did a great job with this, Tim, but I think you did a fantastic job with it as well. We're going to play the video. We've never done this before. We're going to play your video. Awesome. And that I am honored to be a part. I play Santa Claus, so thank you for the invite that day. It was fun.
Yeah, man, you crushed it. It was, that was I've not made a lot of videos, just a handful, but that to me was the most laid back video I've ever done. Like, it was just really fun. And I grew up, 2 hours from Fort Payne, and really loved anything Alabama's done. So to be able to cover this song. And the video to me takes a whole different spin on it. And at Santa's Pub, it was great. And you crushed it. You did a great job.
That was fun. All right, here we go. Here is Christmas in Dixie by the amazingly talented Tim Duggar.
By now in New York City, there's snow on the ground. And out in California, the sunshine's falling down. And maybe down in Memphis, Graceland's all in lights. In Atlanta, Georgia, there's peace on earth tonight. Christmas in Dixie, it's snowing in the pine. Merry Christmas from Dixie to everyone tonight. It's windy in Chicago. The kids are out of school. There's magic in Motown. The city's on the move. In Jackson, Mississippi, to Charlotte, Carolina, and all across the nation. It's a peaceful Christmas time. Christmas in Dixie, it's snowing in the pines. Merry Christmas from Dixie to everyone tonight. Christmas in Dixie, it's snowing in the pines. Merry Christmas from Dixie to everyone tonight. And from Roanoke, Alabama, Merry Christmas to
Look at that, Tim, huh?
Santa's Pub will never be the same.
When you watch that, do you watch your videos? Because I very rarely watch anything that I do.
Yeah, well, of course, you always critique yourself to death, but yeah, I think that's to me that one makes me laugh. There's, because everybody in there is somebody I knew. A lot of my band and friends. So yeah, it's fun to watch. There's a lot of to know what was being said to make some of those reactions. Is what's fun to watch.
Oh, that's great, man. So again, you make your opera debut Friday night. I think it's 8 o'clock, 8:10 or something. Have they told you time?
I think I go on around 8:30, but I think everybody should get there and enjoy the whole show, of course. But so I think it's a ballpark at 8:30, but which is cool. But part of me was like, man, I sure would like to get it over with so I can get these nerves out of the way. But it's gonna be cool to be able to kind of take it in and enjoy the whole deal.
Here's a silly question: do you get to bring your band with you?
They give you the option to, and I just thought with my first time, the opera band's so incredible. Like with my first time, I just would go with the opera band. Two of my guys have been lucky enough to play the opera before. And so hopefully, if I don't, oh, say, can you see, like I did the national anthem, I get invited back one day and can bring my guys.
I think it's great, man. Over the moon, proud of you. I'll be out there Friday night. I got tickets to see you,
Awesome,
man. And I just think it's really cool. And our friend Chase McCabe, he might be out there as well. So, man, we're all supporting you for Friday night, Timmy.
Well, I appreciate it, man. It's going to be fun. It really means a lot, for everybody that's going to come out and y'all to be there. It's going to be fun. Going to be a rowdy one afterwards. I tell you that.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, when you get your first #1 single, which is coming soon, your first show is going to be this one. All right.
Well, let's do it. I'm down.
All right, brother. All right. Appreciate you. I'll see you Friday night, man, or maybe this afternoon.
All right. Sounds good. See you.
All right. Thank you. Tim Duggar here with us on Mornings on Main Street. Back with more when we come up next.